head, it's in his head, it's in his head. He wishes he could fix what's in his head, what's in his head. He breaks his heart in every dream where they both kiss underneath the sheets. What a beautiful dream. When he plays pretend, it's in his head, it's in his head. He wishes he could fix what's in his head, what's in his head. He breaks his heart in every dream where they both kiss underneath the sheets. What a beautiful dream. And he plays pretend, it's in his head, it's in his head. He wishes he could fix what's in his head, what's in his head. He breaks his heart in every dream where they both kiss underneath the sheets. What a beautiful dream.
Jack is going to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat Jack, 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 Riverboat Jack. That's what I'm talking about. First time singing the songs for Riverboat Jack. Shout out. I don't know what I'm doing really, but I got passion. And that's what it's about. It's all about passion. Jack is going to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord. Riverboat Jack, 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 Riverboat Jack.
Hello! How we all doing, folks? Hey, Death died today. How you doing? Hello, Gwenifer. Hello, German Cow JJ. Hello, Kev from Mars. Hello, Punky Gal. Hello, Shaloon. Hello, Gamer G. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Trains and Bullshit. How we all doing, folks? How we all doing? How we living? my whole life has been a dark room. That sounds really sad. Hey, VCC TV. Let's see.
Plastic.
I was trying to get a lineup of different topics here. All right. Hello, the Ukrainian. Hello, Datura dude. Hello, Erica. But yes, folks, we have more Democrats calling on Biden to step down today. I don't think it's looking too good for him, guys. I don't think it's looking too good for him at all. How far are you in Elden Ring? I'm doing pretty okay. I'm in the DLC. I just beat. I'm kind of wandering at the moment. I'm not entirely sure. I know roughly where I should go. I've just been exploring everything else. Hey, the Ukrainian. Drop in later, circumstances permitting. Well, I hope you come back. Also, I got my hair done today. All right, we have more Democrats coming out against, I almost said Donald Trump, against Joe Biden. Representative Mickey Sherrill, a moderate Democrat, calls for Biden to step away from the ticket. She put out a very nice message, basically, patting Biden on the back. Basically, everyone who's putting out these messages from, like, moderate Democrats are essentially putting out messages to kind of like baby Biden through the process of pulling out. That's kind of the impression that I'm getting. Like, people are being like, "Oh, you've done so many things. You've done such a good job. But now it's your duty to know when to pass on the baton, buddy. You gotta let go of that baton and give it to someone else." That's kind of where we're at when it comes to where Biden is in the process. And all of these statements from people publicly facing to Biden, calling for him to step down, also make mention of Kamala Harris. It's pretty clear that moderate Democrats want Harris to kind of take the reins as in Biden's stead, essentially. Doesn't necessarily have to be Kamala Harris, but I think for the security of folks, the moderates, the scared moderates, I think they're pushing for Kamala. And I gotta say, the meetings today have not been particularly great. They're not inspiring a whole lot of confidence in the outcome. Yeah, here's one of... So today, yesterday we mentioned that there were a bunch of meetings scheduled for today between House Democrats and leadership, as well as Senate Democrats and leadership. And this is Representative Cohen, I believe from Tennessee, upon leaving the House meeting earlier today. We'll just throw this up real quick.
You all on the same page?
No,
What do you mean you're not on the same page?
not even in the same book.
Was there
Support
a
President
concession in the
Biden. What's
room?
the outcome of that meeting?
Yeah, we're not even in the same book, man. Like, no matter how you cut it, guys, this type of story is not going to go away. It's going to be perpetuated in the minds of anyone remotely connected to Trump country or swing states. And more and more Democrats are just coming out. And right now, we're kind of in a game of chicken. This week is officially, I declare this week Chicken Week, okay? Joe Biden is playing chicken with the Democratic Party, and the Democrats are playing chicken with Joe Biden. The longer this goes on, the worse it is for everyone. Obviously, I'm hoping Joe steps down, but if he doesn't, he might just be willing to throw us over the cliff for his own ego's sake. I hate that word, Chicken Week or Mamala. I'm gonna guess Mamala. And to top it off, guys, I mean, like, this is the political cartoonists are getting better, dog. They're getting better. Ay. I feel like we need this guy as an emote. It is really, we're living in a timeline that has oddly become so bad that now anything is possible. We actually have a chance of improving our political position because things have gotten so bad, which is actually kind of crazy. Since the convention chooses the candidate, they can just announce it as Kamala. I mean, they wouldn't be able to just announce it. They would have to organize the delegates into voting for Kamala at the convention. But yeah, that is absolutely within their power, yeah. We should all have wings on a designated day. I vote Friday. I think that's a great idea. I like that. Or at least some chicken-based food. There's always a chance. VCC TV. I feel like the Sag emote. I've been feeling like that since the debate, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But don't doom her. Okay? Don't doom her. Don't do it. Because if Joe left us with anything, okay? It's to never lose Jope. Okay? Don't lose Jope. Also, can we just real quick talk about this? Because I've seen every goddamn lefty in the world responding to this. And I have to say, if you're watching a political analyst, okay, and they're trying to say, like, AOC and Bernie are betraying the progressive cause because they're not calling on Biden to step down, you're watching someone who doesn't understand politics, okay? If you're watching people getting mad at AOC for not calling on Joe Biden to step down, ask yourself, one, what would it accomplish for them to publicly call on Joe Biden to step down? And two, why they might not call on Joe Biden to step down in a way that would align with their progressive politics. They both have pretty consistent records, Bernie and AOC. They both have consistent records on progressive politics. I don't think that they've all just simultaneously, every member of the squad has decided to, right now, go along with the establishment, because the establishment is turning on Joe Biden. That's what's happening right now. The polling is increasingly bad. The support for Joe Biden pulling out of the race currently among all age groups in America is like at 60% of likely Democratic voters. That's crazy. Now, let's watch this clip because I want to make sure we cover this. Okay? Also, we're still doing the analog horror thing.
I have spoken to the president over the weekend. I have spoken with him extensively. He made clear then, and he has made clear since, that he is in this race. The matter is closed. He had reiterated that this morning. He has reiterated that to the public. Joe Biden is our nominee. He is not leaving this matter.
Okay. So, when you listen to that, do you hear betrayal? Because I'm here to tell you that's not what that is. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here is that the progressive wing of the Democratic Party is effectively sidelining themselves in order for this conversation to be within the most establishment parts of the Democratic Party. Okay? This is a discussion and a debate and a conflict within the Democratic Party. And what they have very correctly realized is if the progressives come out and they say, yes, let's get rid of Joe Biden. If they do that, all that will be accomplished is essentially taking on the role of the bad guy. They will catalyze a resistance to that position within the establishment Democrats that are currently calling for Biden to be pushed out. Like, do you guys think that if it comes down to it, AOC and Bernie are gonna, like, go to the mat for Biden? No, that's not what this is. This is them essentially going, nope, you can't blame us for this. You know, if Joe loses, it's not our fault. And also, like, hey guys, we know that you hate us and are looking for any excuse to get rid of us. AIPAC just dropped $20 million in a race primarying one of us within the Democratic Party. All right? They know that they are currently primed to be the villains of the story. So instead of playing into that role and giving establishment Democrats a really easy political out, by sidelining themselves, they essentially say, nope, this is your conversation. This is your inter-party war. Because I think, this is me being a bit hopium here, I think that they are able to read the polling, that they have their own internal information. I think that they know Joe Biden is on the way out. And anything that they say that is positive about that is going to be used against them, and is also going to be used against the cause of pushing Biden out. So that is my interpretation of this. Granted, with a little sprinkling of hopium on it, but this is not a betrayal of their progressive values. You guys really think Bernie Sanders has given like 50 years of his life to advocating on behalf of the working class of the American people, and he's suddenly now just found a deep and abiding loyalty for Joe Biden? No, of course not. This is why interventions are done by close, trusted friends. They don't work if it was your rival coworker delivering the hard truth. Exactly, Shaloon. I think that is a great analogy. Right now, the Democratic Party is in the middle of a gigantic intervention for Joe Biden, and he's not going to respond to progressives calling on him to step down. Hillary Clinton had way worse health stuff and lost. Maybe, but the issue isn't about the reality of the health condition. As odd as that might sound, the issue is the public perception of the health condition. And have they been able to clean up that public perception? Absolutely not. The polling has only gotten worse with time. I don't know what April is. Selena Mary, thank you. Got my hair did today. He's acting like someone who is being told they can no longer drive. I mean, yeah, I made that comparison the other day. That is exactly the dynamic of what's happening. Will you be watching the speech Biden gave today at the NATO summit? Why, it's so interesting that you bring that up, because yes, I will. All right.
My father's survival
All
over
right.
2000 to be
Give us the old man.
United States.
Give us
did
the other old man.
the end, not NATO.
I'm not gonna lie, at first I was really impressed that Biden gave a 30-minute speech. But I'm realizing now that this is not, in fact, just Biden's speech.
Until
Oh my god.
Distinguished guests.
Okay, there we go.
Welcome. In 1949, the leaders of 12 countries, including
I said old man. Older. Older.
President Truman, came together in this very room.
Hey, Rotten Mouse.
History was watching. It had been
I haven't
4
seen
years
this, so might be good.
since the surrender of the Axis powers, and the end of the most devastating war the world had ever known. Here, these 12 leaders gathered to make a sacred pledge to defend each other against aggression, provide their collective security, and to answer threats as one, because they knew
Thanks,
to prevent
Dragon
future
Slayer.
wars, to protect democracies, to lay the groundwork for lasting peace and prosperity, they needed a new approach. They needed to combine their strengths. They needed an alliance. And here they signed the Washington Treaty and created the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the single greatest, most effective defensive alliance in the history of the world. Mr. Secretary General, leaders of NATO countries,
That's actually probably like a pretty defensible claim to make. It sounds hyperbolic, but he's probably right about that. Hey, Pluvius. You watched the Dr. Disrespect vid
I
yesterday?
don't know when this fell off, but take my money.
Well, thank you so much for getting the sub, Pluvius. And as always, all of the subs are going to the goal. We need 2 more subs in order for the next analog horror segment.
foreign and defense ministers, representatives from partner nations and the European Union, and members of Congress, distinguished guests, welcome to the 2024 NATO Summit. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to host you in this milestone year.
Okay, very, very, very small. Again, we're in nitpicking Biden mode, okay? So the nitpick here. Mr. President, who tied your tie a little askew?
BWA.
Come on now. Koopa Shell, thank you for getting a tier 1 sub. Hell yeah, let's go. Thank you so much. BWA Energy, so early into stream. I love it.
To look back with pride at all we've achieved and look ahead to our shared future with strength and with resolve.
Okay, so what I'm getting right now is that he sounds pretty good. I think he sounds pretty good here. But I think what we really need to see in order to allay people's fears, he needs to be off teleprompter. Like we need to see him think on his feet. I think in order to like really dispel this, he needs like an unscripted, lengthy interview. You know, like an hour-long interview on like 60 minutes or something. This is amazing. He can talk today. Yeah, I mean, guys, what I think is happening is he performs best on a teleprompter or with really, you know, intensive notes, we'll say. But I don't think he can perform this way off prompter without any materials. Also, what time of day was this? Okay, good point. This was live 2 hours ago. So, I mean, you know, he might be jet lagged or something, but I mean, probably not that late. But yeah, we need Axe Daddy. I don't have my glasses here. I'm sorry. But I just don't think he can think on his feet. And That's my assessment. I don't know if that's a result of like some kind of severe neurological condition or just being old. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I am willing to say I think there's a reason why they're keeping him very on teleprompter and on note card.
Together, we rebuilt Europe from the ruins of war, held high the torch of liberty during long decades of the Cold War. When former adversaries became fellow democracies,
all
we
good,
welcomed
Amber
them into the
Brains.
alliance. When war broke out in the Balkans, we intervened to restore peace and stop ethnic cleansing. And when the United States was attacked on September 11th,
Hey man, what about the ethnic cleansing that's happening in Israel right now? What about that? What about that? What about the occupied territories? What about Gaza, my man? Oh yeah, we care so much about ethnic cleansing. Yeah, you intervened to stop ethnic cleansing in the Balkans, huh? What about a couple other places?
our NATO allies, all of you, stood with us, invoking Article 5 for the first time in NATO history, treating an attack on us as an attack on all of us. A breathtaking display of friendship
Biden has his
that the
heart on
American
manual
people will
mode.
never, ever, ever forget.
He's playing the highest stakes rhythm game of all time.
Through all this history, when great changes occurred, people would ask, can NATO adapt?
Also, yes, I am seeing people in YouTube chat calling for more people to like the stream. True, we've got like 50 some people over in YouTube chat. How many we got? How many we got? We got 54 people over there. We've got another 44 watching remotely on riverboat.gg. We've got over 100 people live right now. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, ya lazy galoots.
And every time we proved we could adapt, and we did, evolving our strategy to stay
I'm Idaho. You are one of my strongest soldiers. Doing the extra mile of going from Twitch to YouTube to like.
ahead of threats, reaching out to new partners to increase our effectiveness. And here with us today are countries from the Indo-Pacific region. They're here because they have a stake in our success, and we have a stake in theirs.
Pablo and Black, thank you.
Today, NATO is more powerful than ever, 32 nations strong. For years, Finland and Sweden were among our closest partners. Now they have chosen to officially join NATO.
Okay, I will personally give Joe Biden $100 if he ends this speech by saying, "We have Sweden, but now it's time to finish the job." And then just drop the mic and walk out.
And because of the power and meaning of Article 5 guarantee, that's the reason. It was the most important aspect of the alliance in 1949, and it is still the most important aspect. I'd also note
I would also note, just as an FYI for those concerned about like how he's currently doing, the betting pools in on like, you know, the people who put real money on political elections currently have Trump at like a 70% chance of winning and Biden at like an 18%. It is not good, guys.
Finland and Sweden joined the alliance not just because their leaders sought it, because their citizens called for it in overwhelming numbers. Remember,
You know, when they were playing hardball to get Finland into NATO, you know, Biden leaned over and he asked, "What can I do to sweeten the deal?" And then everyone clapped.
NATO's character is fundamentally democratic.
Oh no. Wait,
Always has been.
Samurai, is it your first time playing Dark Souls? Are you going from Firelink Shrine down the Skelly Boy path? I only ask because I made that miscalculation when I first started playing Dark Souls, and I thought it was a dumb game, and I hated it until I went back and played it years later. Okay, if you just got the Firelink Shrine and you're at the beginning of the game, don't go down the skeleton path. It's like banging your head into a brick wall and about as fun. Go the zombie way. There's something grim about betting pools on elections. Yeah. There's commentary to be made here about like how it's turning it even more into a game. Ay. I thought basically all the Dem leadership just decided to back Biden. I kind of get the vibes that we are just stuck with Biden now. So I think there's a difficulty right now within the Democratic Party. Dem leadership is trying to buy Biden time to run out the clock. But they don't want to put themselves into a position where if he has a major gaffe, that they can't like shank him in the back, you know, like why? I know it's up there. I mean, do what you want. Play the game your way. The Skelly boys are just really hard near Firelink Shrine if like you just got there. You beat the bosses there, it's unimpressive. Okay, never mind. Carry on. The red dot is on his forehead. No, just like they're in a position where they are trying to get their members under control. And it's very clear from the fact that 2 hours ago, another Democrat broke that even if the Dem leadership is saying, oh yeah, we got this, you know, we're all with Biden, the rank and file are not with him at all. You know, like, again, I just have to reference this clip because it's quite something. Where is it?
All right, let's.
Oh. All right. Here, just this clip again.
You all on the same page?
What do you mean you're not on the same page?
Not even in the same book.
Was there
Support
a
President
consensus in the
Biden. What's the
room?
outcome of that?
This is right after their meeting earlier. You know, this is right after the meeting with the House Democrats. Like the leadership is trying to get them under control. I think they are all looking at polling numbers right now and pissing themselves. Because right now, in a lot of swing states, even in a lot of traditionally safe seats, their polling, like Democrat polling, is like, you know, they're winning by, you know, 5 points. But Biden is losing by 5 points. So it winds up being that if Biden is not doing well, all of the down ticket folks are also not going to do well. This guy is Representative Cohen from Tennessee. He is not a far left guy. I would describe him as a conservative Democrat. So, like, the polling is scaring these people. More than any other kind of gaffe Biden could do, Biden could go up there and shit himself. They would not care unless it reflected in the polling. But it does, all of his gaffes collectively do reflect in the polling right now. The Republican campaign is running with it. They are running ads in all the swing states, making Biden look like a zombified vegetable. This is scaring people. It's scaring the rank and file Democrats of the party. And that is the one thing that motivates them more than anything else.
Been and always must continue to be. And today, NATO is better resourced than it ever has been. I want to pause on this because it's significant. In the year 2020, the year I was elected president, Only 9 NATO allies are spending 2% of their defense GDP on defense. This year, 23 will spend at least 2%. And some will spend more than that. And the remaining countries that have not yet reached that milestone will get there soon. This remarkable progress, proof that our commitment is broad and deep, that we're ready, that we're willing, we're able to deter aggression and defend every inch of NATO territory across every domain: land, air, sea, cyber, and space. My friends,
Cyber and space. Finally, we've separated the two. Hey, Archangel, thank you. Got my hair did. Wait, so your argument is that they're biding their time? Boo! Yes. Let's see, what are the odds on a party basis instead of a candidate basis? Is the odds of a Dem victory different? Genuinely don't know.
I really appreciate your political analysis and advocacy, Jack. I also love your style smiley face.
Thank you. Void Flame, thank you for the $17 dono. Incredibly generous. And I don't believe I've ever seen you post in chat before, so as far as a first impression goes, you're nailing it. Thank you. And you guys have unlocked Analog Horror after this as a palate cleanser of a sort. There we go. And I'm glad you like my style. I feel so cute. I felt so cute today. I got complimented by a bunch of like younger, like hip, cool hairstylists today on my outfit and my hair. I'm feeling really good about myself. They dap me up real good, all right? Your hair is gorgeous. Thank you. I decided to try a little bit more vibrance today. I've been watching for quite a while, always a lurker. Well, I really appreciate when lurkers become what's I guess the opposite of a lurker would be a chatter, but I kind of consider like anyone who watches a chatter, even if they don't talk. It really suits you. Thank you. I would show off my whole outfit. Maybe I'll post my whole outfit on Twitter. And that way you guys can be the judge. But then I don't have to like awkwardly stand up and move my camera around. Keep my views on that necklace private. I think it's a good one.
it's good that we're stronger than ever, because this moment in history calls for our collective strength. Autocrats want to overturn global order, which is by and large kept for nearly 80 years and counting. Terrorist groups continue to plot evil schemes to cause mayhem and chaos and suffering. In Europe, Putin's war of aggression against Ukraine continues, and Putin wants nothing less than Ukraine's total subjugation, to end Ukraine's democracy, to destroy Ukraine's culture, and to wipe Ukraine off the map. And we know Putin won't stop at Ukraine. But make no mistake, Ukraine can and will stop Putin.
All right, good statement.
Especially with our full collective support. And they have our full support. Even before Russian bombs were falling in Ukraine, the alliance acted. I ordered the U.S. reinforcements at NATO's eastern flank. More troops, more aircraft, more capabilities. And now the United States has more than 100,000 troops on the continent of Europe. NATO moved swiftly as well, not only reinforcing the 4 existing battle groups in the east, but also adding 4 more and Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania, and Slovakia, essentially doubling NATO's strength on the eastern flank. Together, we've built a global coalition to stand with Ukraine. Together, we provided significant economic and humanitarian assistance. And together, we've supplied Ukraine with weapons it needs to defend itself. Tanks, armored fighting vehicles, air defense systems, long-range missiles, and millions of munitions. The United States and nearly 24 allied partners have signed the bilateral security agreements with Ukraine, and more countries will follow. Today, I'm announcing the historic donation of air defense equipment for Ukraine. The United States, Germany, the Netherlands, Romania, and Italy will provide Ukraine with the equipment for 5 additional
Well, watch
strategic
how you
air
like
defense
Void
systems.
Flame.
And in the coming months, the United States and our partners
Hey, Danny Boy the Great.
intend to provide Ukraine with dozens of additional tactical air defense systems. The United States will make sure that when we export critical air defense interceptors, Ukraine goes to the front of the line. They will get this assistance before anyone else gets it. All told, Ukraine will receive hundreds of additional interceptors over the next year, helping protect Ukrainian cities against Russian missiles, and Ukrainian troops facing air attacks on the front lines. Make no mistake, Russia is failing in this war. More than 2 years into Putin's war of choice, his losses are staggering. More than 350,000 Russian troops dead or wounded. Nearly 1 million Russians, many of them young people, have left Russia because they no longer see a future in Russia. And Kyiv, remember, fellas and ladies, was supposed to fall in 5 days, remember? Was still standing 2.5 years later and will continue to stand. All of the allies knew that before this war, Putin thought NATO would break. Today, NATO is stronger than it's ever been in its history.
Yeah, I mean, like, I gotta say, this is a pretty par for the course, like, speech about NATO. Not really awed by the substance of it. This isn't, like, breaking new ground or anything. But what it is doing is it's showing that he can perform. You know, it's showing that he can get out there, he can say words and not, like, stumble too much. And I will have to say, if he could talk like this in an unscripted interview without any prompter or notes, I think he would be able to make a very strong case. The status quo, he sounds boring. Yeah, the bureaucrats are boring. More at 11. Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. He does seem a lot more cogent here. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think that this is helpful for his public perception. The issue is a lot of the damage has probably already been done by the debate appearance. So now what they're going to be looking at is polling showing an improvement of perception around Biden. They want to make sure that this is rock bottom and they can build from here before they abandon him for another candidate. And I still really hope he's replaced. Same. I don't think he can do this. If he's capable of doing it now, I am not at all assured that he will be capable of doing the job in 2 years, you know?
When this senseless war began, Ukraine was a free country. Today, it is still a free country.
Yeah, but, like, do we want to roll the dice on a second debate night going incredibly after that incredibly terrible first one? Like, I don't want to roll the dice on that.
And the war will end with Ukraine remaining a free and independent country. Russia will not prevail. Ukraine will prevail. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a pivotal moment for Europe, for the transatlantic community,
For
and I
America.
might add for the world. Let's remember, the fact that NATO remains the bulwark of global security did not happen by accident. It wasn't inevitable. Again and again at critical moments, we chose unity over disunity.
When is the next debate? I think
Progress
it's
over
currently up
retreat,
in the air.
freedom over tyranny, hope over fear. Again and again, we stood behind our shared vision of a peaceful and prosperous transatlantic community. Here at this summit, we gather to proclaim NATO is ready and able to secure that vision today and well into the future.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I was part of Biden's campaign, I would want to try and negotiate for a third debate. You know, have a second one in the near term, like in a week or two, and then have the third one closer to the election. I think it would help a lot to know what we're dealing with here.
Let me say this. An overwhelming bipartisan majority of Americans understand that NATO makes us all safer. The fact that both Democratic and Republican parties are represented here today is a testament to that fact. The American people know that all the progress we've made in the past 75 years has happened behind the shield of NATO. And the American people understand what would happen if there was no NATO. Another war in Europe, American troops fighting and dying, dictators spreading chaos, economic collapse, catastrophes. Americans, they know we're stronger with our friends, and we understand this is a sacred obligation. As President Reagan put it, and I quote, "If our fellow democracies are not secure, we cannot be secure. If you are threatened, we are threatened. If you're not at peace, we cannot be at peace." Reagan knew it then, and we know it now. Our nations will continue to keep faith with what we pledged in years to come. Now, if you'll indulge me, I'd like to end my remarks in a slightly unusual way. NATO is an alliance of nations, but also made up of leaders. And one person in particular.
Oh, sorry. Doesn't NATO not have the best reputation? It depends on how you're talking about NATO.
Has done an extraordinary job leading NATO for the last decade. Secretary General Stoltenberg, would he come forward?
My subscriber's been calling on us to converse? About what? Also, hello, Social Society with Brandon Clark.
So much of the progress we made in the alliance is thanks to the Secretary. He's a man of integrity and intellectual rigor.
Have the delegates ever turned on the perceived candidate? Not that I know of.
Woot and whatnot.
Hey, Very Knifey Duck, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Socialist topics, I'm assuming. Oh, are you a fellow lefty, a fellow socialist? God. Words, am I right? A socially socialist.
A calm temperament.
The text to speech is hella loud. I gotta be honest, that was hella loud.
Moment of crisis. A consummate diplomat who works with leaders across the political spectrum and always finds a way to keep us moving forward. Secretary, you've guided this alliance through one of the most consequential periods in its history. I realize, I was talking to your wife, I personally asked you to extend your service.
Twitch also does text-to-speech now.
Forgive me. And you put your own plans on hold. When the Russia war and Ukraine
Social
began,
Societies, shoot me a
didn't
DM on
hesitate.
Twitter.
Today, NATO is stronger, smarter, and more energized.
I mean, maybe a bit more lib-build than me, but I'm mostly just interested in organizing of labor and, like, basic things we can do to socialize different elements of our economy. But yeah, shoot me a DM. We'll figure out a time.
Than when you began. And 1 billion people across Europe and
I think
North
we'll agree on a
America,
lot.
indeed, the whole world will reap the rewards of your labor for years.
And Punky Gal, I recognize that you're an ANCOM. I'm probably an ANCOM at heart, but I just don't know how to advocate for either of the parts of ANCOM. And I don't know how to describe what a society that actually looked like that would like. How would it function? I don't know. So I stick with what I can try and explain, at least.
To come in the form of security, opportunity, and greater freedom. For these reasons, I'm pleased to award you the highest civilian honor the United States can bestow.
Yes, it's true. We all live in a society. It's true. It's true.
Presidential Medal of Freedom. Ask the middle.
Thank you, Selena.
Military, come forward. And ask him to read the citation.
Okay, this might be a really dumb question, and I know it's very superficial. Are these giant screens behind him, or is this like a hologram of a floating... Like, what is this? What's going on here? I know it's not even remotely the most important thing that's happening in this speech. But like, what is it a hologram? I don't... Genuine question. Did they bring a hologram device? Like, it's moving back there. I just assumed they were in a really nice room, but maybe it's all just a giant television screen? I don't know.
The President of the United States of America awards this Presidential Medal of Freedom to Jens Stoltenberg. A visionary statesman and ceaseless defender of democracy, Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has guided the NATO alliance through the most consequential decade for European security since World War II.
It's all good, Floof the
When
Floofy.
Vladimir
We'll get you
Putin
sometime.
launched his brutal assault on the
ghost
people
of
of
Biden.
Ukraine, betting that NATO would break, Secretary General Stoltenberg proved him wrong. Under his stewardship, NATO has become stronger and more united than ever, and Americans for generations to come will benefit from the safer world he helped create. He demonstrates that the core truth of the alliance.
I am NATO pilled. I do have to say, if I have a failing as a lefty, I am NATO pilled. I think defensive alliance to oppose Russian imperialism is good, probably. Let's see. I teeter, though. I just can't take the leap to anarchy. Well, I think a lot of, again, when it comes down to anarchy and, like, communism, what do you mean by anarchy? What do you mean by communism? You know, what does an ANCOM society look like to any individual? Like, it looks so different depending on who you ask. So it just kind of seems to me like I want to stick with coherent policy I can advocate for, even if it's like pie in the sky a bit, like bringing back postal banking and like setting up loan programs for democratic worker co-ops and like, you know, I think those are big policy changes, but I think they're achievable, and I think people, when I describe them, understand what I'm talking about and what that world might look like. I wouldn't be as pro-NATO if Russia wasn't constantly threatening to nuke people. True.
Is as powerful.
Oh, look. Biden walking up behind another unsuspecting person for a sniff. Shaking my damn head. He's smelling? Yeah, that's why it's taking so long. Oh god, Beck Forasek, you have just absolutely read this, man. Comparing this to like the Eagle Scouts, I went to a ceremony like that when I was in high school. Somebody became like an Eagle Scout, like the highest rank of like Boy Scout or whatever, and it was very similar to this. It was a little weird, and I'm not gonna lie. If I'm making some very anecdotal generalizations here, guys, this guy absolutely looks like he was the most do-gooder Boy Scout, Eagle Scout you've ever seen in your life. Like he looks like someone who would have been really into that as a kid. And no judgment, by the way. It's just like I've known a few of these types. And he's having a good day, yeah. I'm glad he's having a good day. Yeah, he you know, some people have their high school quarterbacks, but he was the high school representative to Zimbabwe, and you know what? He nailed it, man. He conquered the world in Model UN. Okay, no, it is a hologram. Look at that. I need to know.
Void Snipe.
Is this a giant screen, or do they have like a setup for holograms back there? Hey, Vi Sophia. The hologram of the Medal of Freedom stopped rotating now that he has obtained the quest item. Well, yeah, he talked to an important NPC, and now he's going on to, you know, to his next quest. Godspeed, Jan. He even has a name like a JRPG protagonist. Very knifey duck, thank you for gifting a sub to Void Flame. It's very kind of you. Okay, you're not getting me on the DMCA on this one. All right, overall, that is, I think, Biden's best showing yet. I don't think it, like, meaningfully changes the situation, though. What are my pronouns? My pronouns are she, her. Thank you for asking. Trump 2024? I mean, best of luck to you, I guess. Actually like the idea of holograms for decorative set pieces. I like it too. I've never seen it before. I've never seen one. I've never seen just like a random hologram used in the backdrop. It's always been like, look at this, we have a hologram. You know, they put it front and center. It's a beautiful choker. Thank you, Thursday. I got it from an estate sale for $3. Thought you were gonna have a break and not stream today? Yeah, but then I got my hair done and I look so nice. And I figured I should be on camera. And also, like, I don't know, maybe play video games for a little bit. I didn't know I would have free time during the day. Your pronouns are she, her, and adorable. It's true. I have a secret third Xeno pronoun. I mean, Owen EVGA. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. We all see you compensating in chat. It's all good. Yeah, I am the secret third thing. All right. So yeah, I think this is interesting. I think this certainly helps his case. It's a bit undermined by the fact that, again, Mickey Sherrill, a moderate Democrat, calls for Biden to step away from the ticket. This was like 2 hours ago. From New Jersey. I know that President Biden and his team have been true public servants and have put the country and the best interests of democracy first and foremost in their considerations. And because I know President Biden cares deeply about the future of our country, I'm asking that he declare he won't run for re-election and will help lead us through a process toward a new nominee. And honestly, the reason that this is coming out now and why it is actually significant that she would still make that, the meetings today were supposed to shut up the Democrats who are coming out against Biden. The fact that this has not happened, despite the meetings taking place, show exactly how dire our elected Democrats view Biden's situation. Do you think there is any chance at all that Biden will drop out? I predicted yesterday that Biden will drop out by the end of the week. I think that right now, and what you will see happen is Biden, up until the very last second, is going to have like a no, of course I'm staying in the race attitude. You know, they're going to try and smash any of those little bits of rumor. They're going to try and downplay all of these statements. They're going to try and move forward. But if the polling keeps getting worse, and I've seen new polling out of Wisconsin today, it is not getting better. It's certainly not getting better. Here, let me pull this up real quick. Did I not? It's elsewhere on my profile. Sorry. One moment. Please be patient. Is the polling. I know I liked it. Okay. Wisconsin polling. Yeah. Here is a new AARP poll out of Wisconsin. Again, this is one of the swing states. This is according to the national political reporter from Politico, Elena Schneider. Trump is currently winning Wisconsin by 44 to 38. He's up by 6 points, guys. 6 points. However, between the Republican candidate in Wisconsin for, I think, Senate, you have the Democratic candidate, Baldwin, winning 5 points over Hovde, or Hovde. Either way, the reason why this is important, guys, is because it scares the shit out of any Democrat in a swing state where they're currently polling well. Because the number one thing that drives people to the polls is the president ticket. You know, most people who turn out for the polls turn out for the president. If you are down ticket from a stinker, that stink rubs off on you, you know? So this is scaring not just the politicians, it's also scaring the donors, the lobbyists. It's scaring everybody, folks. And it's not getting better, is the thing. These polls continue to get worse. This is, guys, Baldwin has 50% support of likely voters in Wisconsin. That's huge. Biden has 38. He's trailing his own down ticket candidate by 12 points. That's really bad. So I keep putting it in kind of these blunt, simple terms because I think there are a lot of people who don't understand just how great the panic has to be in Washington for all of these stories to go to the press, for these candidates to basically commit career suicide by coming out against the incumbent president of their own party. That is a big political risk. And the people taking those risks are not risky politicians. They would not do it if they didn't feel they had to. So that's the only point I want to make. Who would you want to step in as nominee? I mean, who would I want to step in as nominee is not going to step in as nominee. I think, again, the most likely outcome is that Kamala Harris would step in as the nominee. Donors and moderate politicians calling for Biden to step down right now all seem to be leaning towards Harris. The press seems to be leaning towards Harris. I guess my ideal of like the most likely people to be put in, I would prefer J.B. Pritzker out of Newsom and Whitmer, but I think it's going to be Kamala. The Mamala we need for this country. Can someone make a Mamala emote? All Trump has to do is mention at the next debate that Biden's own party doesn't want him. Yeah, I mean, like, guys, even if these stories died today, even if all of these stories and reporting stopped today, Joe Biden would still be colossally screwed going into this general election. That's kind of the big issue. The damage is done, and it's going to follow him for the rest of the campaign.
Joining us now in studio, Congressman Adam Smith.
When did this come out? Why no timestamp, CNN? Why just the video? I want to know when this video came out.
Time to debut our
God damn it, Jake Tapper. Why do all of these news sites have like the worst user interface you've ever seen in your life? It's very frustrating. Source CNN. Yeah, I will say though, this is basically the worst outcome. This front page here on this front page on Democrats dividing, this is bad. Every day that goes by and Democrats don't unite on this issue is like a huge blow. It's really bad. Adam Smith is my representative, and I do not like basically anything he's done this session, but I'm glad he came out in favor of Biden dropping out. Yeah, Adam Smith from Washington, if I'm correct, came out against Biden, I believe, last night. And he's also a moderate. Like, guys, again, this is why AOC and the squad and Bernie haven't come out with strong calls for Biden to drop out. Because the moderates who are currently calling on Biden to drop out right now would not go along with it if the progressives were leading the charge. I see the Biden and the damage done. A little mumbling startled everyone. Oh, the damage done. I don't know. I'm just telling you what the situation is. Don't shoot the messenger here. Thought it was Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Boo. Also, I do like that movie. I'm not gonna lie. What was I just going to look up? can't remember what I was looking for. AOC hasn't called out for Biden to drop out. That was the point I was making. Thank you. What has happened? Oh, I remember what I was looking up. Okay, look up from this week. Oh, you know what? It's probably you'd probably post it on Truth Social. Let's just take a look here. If the Republicans cut an ad attacking Biden, I imagine Trump would repost it, right? See.
I wish he was a great president. I would
Here's one of the ads they're currently running.
rather have that. I wouldn't be here. I don't mind being here. But the only reason I'm here is he's so bad as a president that I'm going to make America great again. We're going to make America great again.
Understand me now. If sometimes you see that I'm mad,
you can't do this to me. Wait, is this just a music video? Okay, this isn't even an ad. This is like deranged lunatic posting that somebody posts right before they do a massacre. Alright, I guess he's locking down the core Facebook demographic with that one. This is this is Donald Trump's Truth Social. The ad's on YouTube. Can one of you link it, please? This is insane. Look at this. What? Green energy is oh man, dude. I need to know, how are the whales dying because of wind turbines, man? How are you retruthing that, Donald Trump? Oh god. This is insanity. This is your mind on 30 years of cocaine? Yeah, maybe. The whales grew wings and shrunk in size considerably. Thank you. Okay, no one is finding me this clip. Damn it. Damn it, chat. You're forcing me to find it. All right. Donald Trump ad. "12 days ago? Have they released no ads?"
When you think about the Joe...
Oh no, here's one. All right.
Biden you saw in the debate, ask yourself a question. Do you think the guy who was defeated by the stairs, got taken down by his bike, lost a fight with his jacket, and regularly gets lost, makes it 4 more years in the White House? And you know who's waiting behind him, right? Vote Joe Biden today, and Kamala Harris tomorrow.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
That's... Somehow this was more unhinged. How is this somehow more unhinged? Huh. Alright, let's check out the other one.
No matter what Joe Biden promised in the debate, ask yourself, are you financially better
Wait a minute, this was made before the debate.
off since he became
If this was made after the debate, they would have, like, all his little gaffes from the debate. Nah. Wait, Donald J. Trump's YouTube posted an hour-long interview with Dr. Phil? Wait, what? This happened a month ago? How? How did we not hear about this? Have you seen his successor? She's a black woman. Well, yeah, of course. They're racist as hell. Can we all agree that you should not be able to attack a running mate? Nah, I think a running mate is fair game. It was so much dick sucking from Dr. Phil. Well, you know, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. And sometimes it's not. This is where the revenge through success idea came from. Yeah. All right. So that's interesting. I guess we can check out this Jake Tapper interview.
Of Washington State, the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee. And Congressman, for the record, we usually have you here to talk pure policy and foreign policy and armed services, not politics, but this is a fraught moment in our democracy. Where are you on this issue? What's your message to President Biden and to your fellow Democrats?
Well, look, I think he should step aside. I think it's become clear that he's not the best person to carry the Democratic message. And here's the thing. We have an incredibly strong message and record to run on. And in all respect to the president, he's done a great job. Okay? When you look at where the economy was when he came in, how our economy dealt with COVID so much better than any other economy in the world, the progress that we're making, the unemployment rate, stock market. Look, there's a lot of work left to do. Housing's too expensive. Income inequality is still too great. But we've made progress on that too. The lowest black unemployment, black poverty rate came under this president. I saw a report today in the New York Times that some of those areas that have seen the manufacturing jobs flee are actually starting to get better. Okay, and then on the other side, you've got Donald Trump, who's a complete disaster. Project 2025 and his promise to cut taxes more for the rich and corporations while raising tariffs to tax poor people. We got a good message. The president has shown he is not capable of delivering that message in an effective way.
Just because, I shouldn't say just, because that 90-minute debate was a lot. But is it?
I will say that the Parkinson's story was deeply exacerbated by the White House press secretaries. Like, just say he meets with a neurologist as part of his neurology therapies. Like, you can give a very succinct response to that doesn't invite more hyperbole and hysteria. If that's what's going on, just answer it very simply.
Is this based entirely on that event? No.
Yeah, that
No,
press
what is
briefing
it?
was
There
really bad.
concerns leading up to it in the terms of the president's ability to deliver a message.
Hey,
and it
calibrating.
hasn't gotten better since the debate. The overall package shows we got a great message. I mean, when you looked at that debate, what all of us were feeling, my son who's in high school was, we should, sorry, he's in college now, but, any good debater could go back on what Donald Trump is saying. And so many missed opportunities were out there. And we want to deliver an effective message. And then there are the healthcare concerns. And look, a lot of Democrats are saying, well, let's move on. Let's stop talking about it. We're not the ones who are bringing it up. We're not the ones who said anytime, any place. And only Joe Biden was on that stage with Donald Trump. Our constituents are bringing it up. The country is bringing it up. And the White House, campaign strategy of be quiet and fall in line and let's ignore it simply isn't working right now.
One of your colleagues talked to me on Background and said that the problem with this issue with President Biden is, and I'm paraphrasing what this member of Congress said to me, is every American has seen this in their own life. Everybody knows what confusion.
Yes, sidewalk connoisseur. This is the Adam Smith, the one that made capitalism. Yes.
Confused older person who is having struggled.
You see, he tripped and fell into a local river in the wintertime and froze into a comically solid block of ice that was able to remain frozen due to a unique microclimate in the Pacific Northwest. And of course, they unthawed him, thereby proving the fundamental nature of cryogenics and gaining a new political figure for the modern age.
Struggling with cognition issues, what it's like. And it's not consistently 100% 24/7 like that, but it is a process.
Yeah. No, and look, the president, as I said, has done a very good job as president. We've got a great record to run on. He's just not able to deliver it right now. And the healthcare, and it's a distraction. We should be talking about the record. We should be talking about Trump. But you saw the press conference.
Yeah.
We're not the ones who are forcing it. And sorry, I got to make one other point.
Yeah.
So the president talked today about how now it's all the elites who are trying to force him out.
Right.
Let's remember what happened in 2020. Okay, the president did not run a great primary campaign. He lost badly in Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada. He came out of Nevada, and Bernie Sanders looked like the presumptive nominee. And this exact same group of people,
the elites,
that the president is now deriding as elites, and by the way, they're not. They're Democrats, okay? They're party operatives, they're donors, they're volunteers.
I mean, I feel like if you are one of the big donors of the Democratic Party, you are definitionally an elite. Come on now.
Decided, and to all the Bernie supporters out there, I'm not judging this positively or negatively, they decided
Hey,
that they want
Kaiju
Bernie
Shops.
Sanders to be the nominee. They decided that Joe Biden would be the better nominee.
Welcome.
And
I hope you
credit
enjoy
again
the
to
stream.
president. He decided that because he did 8 years as vice president. He did the years in the Senate. He had the record to be a strong president. And so they, through their support behind Joe Biden, and Pete Buttigieg and Elizabeth Warren and Mike Bloomberg and Amy Klobuchar.
I am not going to lie. I really wanted him to talk more about the current political situation, because right now he's just rehashing 2016. Or 2020, sorry. Like, I don't need that. I covered it. We don't need this.
Klobuchar, and I may be forgetting a few others.
I guess I can just skip
What were
ahead.
the two quick things? One, I hope, and I completely agree with Adam Schiff and Mike Quigley and others who've said, let's put Joe Biden's ego aside. As candidates.
Well, look, Kaiju Chomps, the Democrats have lost faith in America's golden order, okay? They are now calling for her to step down. And, right now the election is between America, the woman who shattered the Elden Ring, and Radagon, okay? This radical newcomer over here. And, he's saying he's going to make the ring great again. And I'm in the middle here, and I'm saying, you know what? I think we need to put someone new in. I think you know what? Let's look amongst the tarnished, okay? Let's find one of these demigods and put them in there, all right? Mog 2024, New Blood. Damn it, you guys are good.
There's this tendency to believe, oh, it's all about us. No.
You're never going to make this analogy make sense. I think it made sense to everybody who's played Elden Ring.
Oh, the candidate is always secondary. The primary thing is the constituents you're asking to represent. So I would ask them to
Moog
put their
did nothing
personal
wrong.
feelings aside for Joe Biden. This isn't personal. It wasn't personal in 2020 when all of those people said it should be Joe.
Hey,
It was
0 hour
business.
hero.
You're the guy we think can win. So I'm
Welcome.
pleading with them, all right? I hear you. I think you're probably right. I'm pleading with them. Take a step back. Look at what is best for the party, what is best for the country. What happens? Personally, I think Kamala Harris would be a much better, stronger candidate. And because she is constitutionally his second, that's the way it's supposed to work. If the president
And of course, we have the sleeper candidate, Mikola. You know, never count him out.
is no longer able, Kamala Harris is there with.
Oh, you
4
think he
years
should
of
step down from the presidency?
No.
Okay, but
I'm talking about within the primary process.
primary part. So
right. They ran as a team this year from the very start. Okay.
So you don't agree with Congressman Jim Clyburn, who said there should be at least some sort of mini primary process so that she's not anointed. So there. No.
Let me say, there's 1,000 different ways to do it, and that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just say this is the most interesting point in this entire interview so far? He's like, he's honestly just saying that, like, I do not care. I do not care how you shift these things around. I view it in my best political interest to be running down ballot of someone who is not Joe Biden. That he doesn't care how it happens. A mini primary would be nice. I don't think we're going to get that option, though.
The president is not the nominee. He got a little testy this morning when I think Joe said he was the presumptive nominee.
Yeah.
He is. He's the presumptive nominee. And let me also say, and I put this in a statement that I'm about to put out, if we get through the convention, he's the nominee, I'm all in. Look, elections are a choice. And in this field, even in the current situation, Joe Biden, far and away the best candidate. But I know in my heart and my soul and my brain that we can do better, and I know what the stakes are, all right? And you've seen it. Even after the debate, he didn't come out and show that he could deliver the message. They didn't address the healthcare issues. So I just passionately believe that we can pick a better candidate. Like I said, I think it should be Harris. Ultimately, that's up to the delegates.
What do you think?
Make the selection.
What do you make of the fact that there's this visit by a Parkinson's doctor with the White House physician and they won't answer questions about it? I know you don't know the details about it. Well, here's the thing. It just seems to me, I've been in this town a little bit, you too, and like you have an issue about a candidacy based on ability and health concerns. So what do? You try to resolve them. One, you put the candidate out for 2 hours and let them take questions from the press, show not just phone interviews and not just, I mean, George did a great job, but 22-minute taped interview is not what we're talking about. A full hour and a half, 2 hours, take questions, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you put out all the health records, but they're not.
Unironically, Jake Tapper is doing well. I think this is a reasonable ask to put these fears to bed. Unscripted interview, live, town hall type situation. I think would go a long way to dispelling these concerns.
Not doing either of those.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not good. I know that because the doubts linger, the lack of transparency lingers. And again, the president has done a great job, okay? We have a great record to run on. But what we've seen over and over again, he can't deliver that message. And the questions about his health, again, there's all this, oh, Democrats should just shut up and get in line, don't question. We're not the ones bringing it up.
Right.
The president's debate performance and what has happened since then, as well as some incidents before that, are bringing it. We have to deal with it. And here's another point. It undermines our credibility. Now, it doesn't all have to be on the candidate. Messengers can be good. Wes Moore, Shapiro, Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, we got really good messengers out there. But your credibility takes a blow if you can't answer questions about the president's health and his ability to deliver a message. If you act, not important, shouldn't talk about it. So I think we can do better. I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, gets a nomination, I'm all in. Right now, just like in 2020, when everyone said Joe Biden's the guy, let's get behind him, I think we need a different choice if we're going to be able to beat Donald Trump. And that's what matters. It's not about Joe Biden. It's not about individuals. It's about making sure we move this country in the right direction going forward.
Congressman Smith.
I mean, guys, like this story is moving fast. Like earlier today, this is from approximately 2 hours ago. I asked, this is from Michael Schnell, reporter. I asked Pelosi if she's still committed to supporting Biden. Quote, "I've always been committed to him." Then I asked if he's the best person for the ticket. Quote, "I'm not making any statement right now here in the hall. When I'm ready to make a statement, I will." Additionally, we have Laura K. Garrison, another reporter, Representative Pramila Jayapal, chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus on President Biden. Quote, "I am fully behind him as our nominee until he is not our nominee." If Pelosi can't even lie in a hallway, I think he might be done. Well, Samurai, the thing is, I feel either, like, right now, I just want this issue resolved as soon as possible. The sooner it's resolved, the better for everyone. I, of course, would like someone who's not Joe Biden. I think he has a worse chance of winning after all of this has gone down. But if this is opening a door for us to get not Joe Biden, I think that might be a good thing. You know? Pelosi is terrible. Oh, Pelosi's absolutely terrible. But the fact that Biden lost Pelosi, that's interesting. Are you in a different place in your home? Whenever I'm in this location, I'm at my partner's house. When I'm in my normal location, I'm at my apartment. Yeah, and also, of course, take all of this with a colossal grain of salt. How did he lose Pelosi? Look, if a reporter asks you, and you're Nancy Pelosi, asks you, do you think that our current presidential nominee, presumptive nominee, is the best person for the job? And she doesn't immediately answer, yes, of course. What are you talking about? That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot. A lot. A lot. Also, she put out statements earlier in the week or over the weekend talking about, concerns for his mental health and talking about how they're valid. So I'm just saying, like, these are not ringing endorsements. And while Nancy Pelosi is no longer the main power broker of the Democratic Party, she pulls a lot of weight. She still possesses an enormous amount of influence. Aren't those total disses? Yeah. Exactly, Void Flame. My point is that the pressure continues to build despite the Democratic leadership trying their best to downplay it. What's that outfit, by the way? I'm so confused by it. Oh, it's here. So it's like a mesh, but it has like little puffy shoulder pads, which I just think are kind of fun. And then like I got like a bralette situation. Oh god, got uneven. I'll fix that. But and then I also had like a really cool belt on and like tight leggings and very fashionable shoes. I combined it all. You can find pictures over on my Twitter, twitter.com/riverboatjack. And yeah, you can see my full outfit. I felt really cute today. It's actually fucking dope as shit. Where did you get it? I do not remember where I got this. I would say off the top of my head, it's probably Black Milk. Black Milk is like an Australian clothing company, and they have really great stuff sometimes. Not all of it appeals to me, but like a little bit of it. And additionally, you could check out Killstar. Killstar also has similar things. Black Milk and Killstar are usually two of my go-tos. Or thrifting, you know. Hey, Cleaver. How you doing? gender envy setting in. Thank you. I will take that as a big compliment. Let's see here. Any other updates here? I'm sorry you didn't say hello. That's okay. I understand. Let's see here. Any other updates? More polling showing states moving closer to Trump. Yeah, this is not great. I do want to say I think it's really good that Biden committed to more support for Ukraine. They need it desperately. Anyway, folks, we've been going for almost 2 hours now. If you've been enjoying the show, please hit the follow button. Please hit the subscribe button. Like the YouTube stream. I know that there are a lot of you guys out there. There's currently... Let's see how many of you are watching on YouTube. Yeah, there's currently 156 of you on YouTube with another 42 on Twitch. So that's almost 200. Let's see. And you got 75 likes. I think you guys can make that 100 likes. I believe in you guys. Have you ever but not been cute? Yes, and it's not a good look on me. Reminds me of 2B's dress in a way, specifically with the puffy shoulders. I really, really want... I discovered today that I really want to do a cosplay of Power Girl. I think I would look really, really good. And also, there are 2 cosplays that if I had my preferred body type, I would do. And I am working out, so maybe I'll get there. I want to do 2B, and I want to do Bayonetta. I think both of those would be so goddamn fun. They would be so goddamn fun. Power Girl is very easy, I think, as like a cosplay that I could do for cheap. You know? And like, just not, like, I don't know, like, but like, oh god, I want to get there. I want to get there. That would be amazing. Right? Right now, I am definitely not in Bayonetta or 2B shape. But Power Girl, I think I might be able to pull off. Just give me like a couple weeks of doing some lifting at the gym. My old muscle is still in there somewhere, I'm sure. Having a rough day with this political crap. Well, you know what? That's okay, because we are going to do some analog horror. Because guess what, guys? You unlocked analog horror with your subs and donos. That's right. That's right, people. We're doing the Mandela catalog, Volume 2. Let's go. Now, for those of you who don't know what's going on in the Mandela catalog at this point in time? Hey, that's okay. Most people don't know what's going on in the Mandela catalog at this point in time. Currently, to give you guys a little bit of a rundown, it appears that this is set in an alternate reality, which is very fitting, where there are creatures called alternates that are seemingly invading the human world. There is a government agency for temporal affairs that seems to know a bit about them. And there's been a lot of religious imagery that seems to imply that possibly these alternates are demons. Who knows? We'll find out more. Any games you're looking forward to on a lighter note? I gotta be honest, I'm mostly just looking forward to finishing Elden Ring, finishing Dragon's Dogma 2, and I bought a game that I really want to play on stream called The Banished Vault. I think that would be really fun. But they're all already out. I don't know what's on the horizon that I'm really looking forward to. I know there's something, I just can't think of it. Oh, I'm looking forward to that Obsidian RPG. I forget what it's called. It looks really, really cool, though. Avowed. Thank you, VCC TV. Now, folks, I will say the Mandela catalog is pretty creepy. If you get spooked, there's no shame in leaving and coming back in about 20 minutes. All right? You like the stream on YouTube? Thank you. You're one of my strongest warriors. Here we go.
You've reached the Bythorn Paranormal Society. How may I help you?
Hello? May I schedule an appointment?
Of course, ma'am. Where's the location?
My home,
Okay, thank you. Would you mind giving me a brief description of what you've been experiencing?
I've been hearing things.
Like what, ma'am?
I still hear the meows of my old cat Johnny, but the little guy passed away a few years ago.
Really? A freaking cat alternate?
Shh! I don't think it's an alternate. I just think his soul roams the house still. I want to make sure he finds peace in whatever realm he resides in. Do you think you could help guide him?
We can certainly try, ma'am.
Cat
When would
soul,
you like us to visit?
Cat soul.
As soon as possible, please. When's your next opening?
Well, we could do tonight if you want.
Can you do 3 nights? I'm away from home on a business trip. I'm sure this will give you enough time to deal with him.
Well...
How about 500 a night?
Oh, hell yeah! All right. Sounds like a plan. We will help your cat, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you can think.
For $500, I'll bring that cat back from the afterlife, kill it again, and then resurrect it again. Let's go!
No problem.
What is this? It's an analog horror about demon invasions.
Ma'am, it's just what we do.
Probably. Maybe.
Hey, back it up. Back it up. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
You sure you got it?
Yeah, just open the trunk.
No, are you really sure you got it?
3 nights at
Just open the
Johnny's.
damn trunk, Jonah.
I guess you do got it.
You think we got anything we actually needed?
Well, not like we can do anything about it now.
Shit. You got anything left?
No.
You used everything already? Damn it!
Well,
yeah, because
we don't gotta worry about income anymore
now,
since we got this massive freaking payday, right?
Well, We gotta.
Also, this series takes place over the course of like 50 years, so like the camera and like the visuals reflect the time period things are taking place in, which I think is actually really neat as far as like a storytelling device to like make each era kind of visually distinct.
Couple options.
Which are?
We either one, ask someone to help start our car with the cables, or
steal another one?
Yeah.
It's broad daylight now, but it's not like anyone's gonna...
1,500 divided between two people, we could retire after this job. Yeah, just one more job, then I'm off the force. I'm only 3 days to retirement.
Call the cops here.
Right.
And we'd be doing yet another delinquent act, but it's not like we aren't already on the run anyway.
Adam trying to fix the car while I eat chips. Lamau. Welcome to Mandela County, where all your dreams come true.
And who's to say that she's not even crazy? Who's to say she's not as high as I'm going to be in 30 minutes?
I would hope us, because the last thing I need is getting a weird house call from a stoned lady about a dead cat, and then there'd be nothing there. Nothing there.
Right? Half of me thinks that there aren't even alternates. And the mayor was just too stupid to just make that entire infographic.
Yeah, but then, like, why are we getting so many calls about alternates in the first place?
Also, alternates seem to have some kind of influence on, like, cameras, especially, like, digital equipment. Anytime you see glitches, bad things are going down.
Well, maybe it's mass hysteria, right? Do you think this is the rise of the war on alternates?
I don't know. We're just two guys driving.
You will arrive at your destination in 10 minutes.
Holy shit, that's actually really useful. I mean, they didn't have to outlaw these things, did they? Like, I doubt that guy's face could appear on something like this and, you know, kill you. I don't know.
No, they did not.
I guess crime really does pay.
I like how you're making us out to be gangsters when all we did was, you know, get all of this.
I know, it's just...
You got this, Stolas.
Lives under the radar, right? Like the quiet kid.
Maybe, Beck. I just said 2004. I pulled that number out of my ass. I don't know what year it is supposed to be. Oh, it's 2009. Thank you, video. Wonderful job. Also, in 2009, people definitely were able to buy cheap digital cameras. What is this? It's analog horror. Strap yourself in for a little spooky time. It's just Mandela catalog, baby. Pre-watch? I have pre-watched everything except for Volume 5. Oh, I should tell you guys, the sound design is really good. are you, demons?
There's one camera in there already, but it's one of those old ones with the tapes and stuff. It will record, but I won't be able to see it in real time. I'll just have to look at it afterwards.
Here, kitty kitty. Everything okay? Are you at peace here?
You look so stupid right now.
Dude, what am I supposed to do for a literal ghost cat?
What's it gonna do? Just us to death? Like, what are we doing here?
Would you mind taking this seriously for once?
I mean, in the end, I don't really have to take that much seriously at all, because I'm in here and you're in there, and you're...
Yeah, because you were too scared to go inside to begin with.
Not too scared. I'm not too scared.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not scared. I'm not. I'm not. I'm allergic to cats.
And also I'm
You seeing this?
I'm a little bit of a pussy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't believe in ghosts. They still scare me. I don't want to fuck with them.
It's locked tight. That's kind of weird.
Trying to... do you have anything to, tear it down?
I'm not gonna bust down this random lady's door.
It's fine. She's not gonna find out.
Anyways, moving on.
Hey, John Bainbridge.
You see anything in there?
No, I mean, there was nothing besides that weird kind of locked door. Not a meow, not a noise, nothing. See anything weird on the cameras at all?
Yeah, I'm scrolling through this. I don't think I see anything either.
I mean, who knows? Maybe that thing's just locked downstairs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, man, the more I look at this house, the more I really don't want to be in it.
I mean, I don't see anything. I think we're just kind of babysitting an empty house for 3 nights.
I mean, I think the best thing that can happen is we just leave now and
Exactly,
then just say
Beck,
we were
you
here
get
the
it.
entire time. Because I'm looking at this house and I'm looking at this footage, and even though there's nothing too threatening about it, I don't like it. I really don't like it.
It's literally just an
Hey,
empty house,
Dragonfly.
bro.
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Can you suck it up for 3 nights?
Fuck what?
It's just the cat. It's just the ghost cat.
Where'd that come from?
I think that came from the house, man. I really don't like this now.
I'm the opposite. This is kind of interesting.
I don't think you should go in there now.
I'm going back in. There's something deeper than a cat here.
I think that's the problem. I
think it's fine. You're over. Realize what this could do for us?
Do what for us? We're already on the run. We don't need this attention again.
Shoot the house. It's alive.
I'm going back in.
Adam, please.
It's too late. I've already made up my mind.
Thanks, Bizu.
Roll say and move when you're ready. Bye.
How did you die?
It's a house
Where are
mimic.
you from?
The cruelest of mimics.
What year were you born in? Are you lost?
Am I coming through?
Loud and clear.
Exactly, Rad Rabbit. You get it.
God, behind you!
Shut up. You see anything on the cameras?
Oh my God, behind you!
Dude, cut it out.
Oh my God, behind you!
Dude, seriously, stop.
Oh my God, behind you! Behind you! Behind you!
Dude, fucking quit!
What the hell did I do?
Just forget.
What are you saying exactly? Dude, that's not funny. What's not funny?
Take a tiny bite. God's probably not even looking. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. It was good, but suddenly I feel kind of scared.
Cool.
Followed the shepherd. You are a fool. Follow my voice instead. You will find great happiness. Wake up, Adam. Do not make me wake the others.
Hey, I lost visuals on cam 3. You think you could check that out?
Oh, shit. It's outside. Not gonna get me with your audio shenanigans video. I've learned. I'm not scared anymore. You're not gonna make me think that the door behind me is opening slowly. I can see in the stream preview. You know, maybe the real monster is man. Ah, fuck me. I forgot how fucking scary that is. Turn off the lights? No, I will piss myself. Why didn't you come back to the car after you tried talking to it? Don't act like I don't know you stare at these stupid pictures all day. I know you're reading this. Look, man, I'm hungry. I don't want to leave without you. I'm kind of worried. If you guys donate an absurd amount of money, I will turn off the lights, but I won't be happy about it. Jonah, look, the locked door is open. I finally hear the cat. It's meowing. Call me on the radio and you can help me with this. We watched Boiling Man? I think we watched... Yeah, I think we watched that.
Did you just pick that up? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
Don't. Just don't, okay? Please.
Oh, so now you're taking this seriously.
Dude, I don't know what you want from me. I'm as serious now as I've ever been.
This whole time, huh? So you fucking with me was you being serious?
I get that I screw around sometimes, okay? But that's just what I do.
Well, maybe it shouldn't be.
Look, man, I'm just devastated that I'm not as broken as you still are with everything that's happened, and I'm sorry that I can't keep helping you carry this burden.
What does it have to do with anything?
But I'm reaching my fucking limit here. These things have taken so much away from us, yet you still run to them every chance you get.
No, I
fucking listen to me. You're not invincible, okay? I know you thought that when we started doing these fucking death marches. and nothing happened, and I get it, but this right here is real, and you should know that more than anybody.
What's that even supposed to mean?
I wish we never looked for your because she is dead and gone, and we were never gonna get her back.
What did you just fucking say to me?
And I'm sorry that these are the lives that we lead today, but Adam, if you walked down those stairs, you'd be joining her. And if by some miracle you come back out, I don't think you'd be yourself. And I'm telling you right now that I won't be here to confirm that.
Well then just fucking leave then! Leave!
Oh boy. You know, goofs were goofed this night. Mistakes were made. Friendships were ended.
What are you? I did the right thing.
Nobody is coming to help you.
Jonah? You there?
Do you understand?
This is a Hideo Kojima game right here. So, yeah, that's Mandela Catalog Volume 2. I promise it makes more sense as it goes along. Have you ever seen Videodrome? I haven't seen it. I want to. It's just never really come up. So, yeah, Adam might have goofed and doomed his soul in a demon house. And Jonah just appears to be dead. Is it another analog? Videodrome is a classic movie from the 80s. Cronenberg, I believe. Now, damn, this one is good. Isn't it, though? Also, we are 2 subs away from our next analog horror adventure. So, just letting you know that. I don't like survival horror. As a fragile cishet guy, I don't enjoy disempowerment. Oh, God. I see you all old. Yeah, I'm old as shit. Were the bags under my eyes not a giveaway? The world-weary nature of my complexion? I love the SCP videos. Me too. Anyway, we've been streaming now for over 2 hours. If you've been enjoying the stream, please consider dropping those sweet, sweet subs and donos, memberships, super chats, the works. Hey. And, consider hitting the follow button and the subscribe button and, you know, the buttons. Hit the buttons. You look younger than me and I'm 27. I'm old, baby. I went to the beach. That makes you old. Also, we're 7 likes away from 100. I think we can do it. World weary bitch, you look squanchin' for an eldritch being. I think that's a compliment. I don't understand the middle part, but I think it's a compliment. I'm taking it as such. Time has left its mark upon our streamer, and she is better looking for it. It's true. I've aged like a fine wine. All right, I was initially squelched as a bitter berry upon the vine, but I have been formed through the ages and processes of time into a fine wine. I've heard people mention SCP Overlord. I'll have to check it out. We can, in fact, improve with age. It's true. It's true. It's true. Anti-decay. It's true. I discovered it. It's me. I'm aging like a potato into a fine moonshine? Question mark? Well, okay, let me just put it this way. I'm old considering the demographic I'm in and the profession I'm in. Let me put it that way. Potatoes age into more potatoes. An excellent way to age. Have you ever eaten a potato? They're delicious. Took a while for my seed to take root, but I feel like I'm growing into a beautiful flower. Excellent! Good job, Winbee! And also, something to know about potatoes. Have you all ever seen a potato flower? Because I really like potato flowers. I think they're really beautiful. Like, unironically. I think they're gorgeous. I find a good picture of one. Most people don't take good pictures of potato flowers. Like... here, these, or... yeah. Look at how beautiful these are, chat. They're so pretty. Potatoes are just beautiful little creatures, and I like them a lot. Like, even if they didn't create delicious, like, tubules, I would still, like, want to grow potatoes for their flowers. You know? I'm Samwise Pilled? Oh, 110%. Hell yeah, I love cooking. Put me in, coach. Not true, Jack. I'm so much older than you. Oh yeah? How much older? What about sweet potatoes? These are actually sweet potatoes right here. These are sweet potato flowers. And these are potato flowers. But some potato flowers can also be purple, but for whatever reason, someone only took nice pictures of these flowers. Potato racism. I'm 40, I'm ancient. No, you're not. I'm 38 and I look like I stopped aging at age 25. Nice. Yummy, yummy plants. Indeed. Well, you know, the digital strategist for Gen Z for change just put out the certified N-word tier list. It's his name's Sean DeBlack. He's the digital strategist for Gen Z for change. He is black, so he has the ability to say who can and can't say it. Okay? Obviously, out of curiosity, I have to see. I have to see what's on the list, okay? Black can say, I don't know who. Oh wait, I know a few of these people. I'm not super familiar with other streamers, so I'm just like, oh look, racially ambiguous. Wait, but if they're racially ambiguous, does that mean they can say the pass? Are you giving Anthony Fantano the N-word pass here? And denims? Markiplier has the pass, of course. Of course. Is that Pokimane? What? Wait, why does Pokimane have the pass? I feel like I know who this person is, but I don't recognize them. In a past life? Meaning that in a past life, they said the N-word? Mike from PA and Hassan, apparently. Alright. Says in private, oh yeah, Asmongold, absolutely. Easiest pick on here. Dream, absolutely. Donald Trump, yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that streamer Donald got put on this list. Nick Merckx, yeah. I feel like Nick Merckx would say it in public too. PewDiePie, yeah. XQC, yeah. I'm not sure about Penguins? Penguin Zero? I don't know. Not sure about that one. Hard R. Destiny, absolutely. Deserved. Aiden Ross, deserved. Quartering. Nick Fuentes, Dr. Disrespect. Ethan Klein. Sneeko. Vosh, yeah, is on there. Tim Pool, that's actually a surprising pick. Well, it's fair to put Vosh on there. He has said it with the hard R. So, it's earned. It's an earned position. Black, but can't say the N-word. I genuinely have no idea who these two people are. But it is very funny. Academics. Oh wait, which one is Academics? I've heard of him. And then would never say the N-word. Oh, Frogan is on there. Nice. I don't know any of these people outside of Frogan. DJ Academics, yeah. On the right. Okay, cool. I haven't gone over much of his content. Should I change that? Donald Glover? No, Donald Glover's not on here. I know too many of these peoples. Hey, Daily Phoenix. Panda Bro from YouTube chat. You're coming back around for a third? You're coming back around for a third time. Are you serious? Dude. Oh. God. Wait, what wasn't necessary, Danny boy? Wait, the left one is Drake? Damn! I don't know famous people. I think we're discovering that that I don't know famous people. Not necessary, going over DJ academics, fair. I just... Hello, I'm Panda Bro, the guy who wanted to discuss his fetish for Ashkenazi Jews in your other chat. After which you were promptly banned. You came back in a different chat. You know, your tenacity has, I guess, earned you another chance, but I imagine it's gonna go about as well as the last 2 times. I know that you're serious about your comment going through. I don't care. Do I prep the IP ban? Maybe. Yeah, maybe have it copy pasted or something. Ugh, a weird racist? Yeah, kinda. Look, guys, rule of 3s. Maybe this third time will go a lot better. It's the confidence from... Yeah, I mean, it's the confidence sells it. But that isn't... I'm not racist? Uh-huh. Do you remember why you were banned the first time around? Do you remember why you got banned the first time? It was because you were, like, ranking different ethnicities by their various IQ achievements. As, like... As a general rule, people who do that are incredibly racist. Just as an FYI, that is a thought process and line of argumentation that is steeped in so much racism, it's really hard to even begin unpacking. Gets tossed from the frying pan into the fire, crawls back into the frying pan defiantly. I just... That had the same energy as me telling a blind date I'm really into white girls. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That sounded very specific, Danny boy. I was banned because I said Ashkenazi Jewish culture is better than Arab culture. Yeah. After talking about the various IQs of those groups, yes. Yeah, Daily Phoenix, I need to reiterate. When you're saying white Christian culture is superior to Arab culture, you're being racist. There is no Arab culture. There is no white culture. Those aren't things.
Here, Jack. Have the money I am not using to snipe Panda Bro.
Very nice, Doug. Thank you for the $5 dono. Yeah, when you're... There is no white culture. There are cultures of people who are considered white in our current, like, social structure. You know, Irish people, that's a culture right there. British people, arguably a culture. That's it. Those are the only two. And I just have to let you know, the cultures are very different between those two places. And, in fact, clash in a lot of really distinct ways. Because they're not monolithic in the way that you're portraying and overgeneralizing. The same way, there are so many different cultures that one might put under the umbrella of Arab. You know? Like, are you kidding me? You're talking about, like, hundreds of millions of people, and you want to say they all have a unified culture? Like seriously, that is racist. You're just saying they have a certain racial characteristic that they share, therefore they share the same culture. That's a racist thing. That's a racist thing you're doing. Yeah, there are different Middle Eastern cultures, so maybe you shouldn't just be like, yeah, white culture is superior to those brown people in the Middle East. That seems, you understand how when I simplify it down just like a picometer down, when I just shave the atomic layer off of what you're saying, it's unmasked as the cartoonishly racist thing that it actually means. Do a tier ranking of Swana cultures. Oh god. Yeah, just name them. Name your top 7. Samurai, I wasn't gonna touch that with the 10-foot pole. Hey Big D man, how you doing? This is a great stun lock. I love debating people. I specifically love debating. I love it. It's a fun thing to do sometimes. Your point makes sense, but I don't know of any predominantly Arabic or Islamic cultures that don't have problems with fundamentalist Islam. Guess what? America has a huge and colossal problem with fundamentalist evangelicalism. It's not unique to have a problem with fundamentalist religious organizations. It's not a unique like cultural trait. Like and if you're like, oh well, America doesn't have a fundamentalist problem. My partner literally got stoned at her prom for going with another girl. Like not like the fun kind of stoned, you know, just like a little bit of reefer. No, stoned as in like evangelical Christians showed up with pails of their own rocks to throw at her and the fellow gays. Like, they brought their own bucket of rocks. Okay? So, don't tell me the country doesn't have a problem with evangelical fundamentalism. Yeah, I don't care about your labels for Kierkegaardian or Nietzscheism. What does that fundamentally translate to? I don't care. I don't care about, like, your... whatever philosophers you say influenced you. What does that translate to in real-world terms? I don't know. It's kind of like, for example, it's kind of weird to me that you come into chat and you're like, I'm not racist. And then you're like, well, when you put it that way, I am extremely racist. Anyway, I have this Kierkegaardian idea about God. And I don't know, maybe make the argument you're here to make. Maybe you come back here multiple times. What? Why? Okay, you have Soren Kierkegaard's leap of faith. You want to have a relationship with the eternal rather than transvaluate all values. Okay, do it then, bitch. Like, do it. Why are you making it our problem? Go make your connection with the eternal here. No one's stopping you. And again, how does that have anything to do with people in the Middle East or Ashkenazi Jews, baby? What you're just what is your actual intention? You know? Because often my experience with people who fall into a very similar category to you is that when I engage you guys in actual honest conversation, what ends up happening is I talk to you for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then you suddenly, you know, sheepishly go, you know, I got some ideas about, you know, a certain group of people, and I think that maybe they control the world. And I'm just like, say it with your chest. What do you actually believe? Let's stop with this. And then you're like, finally like, oh yeah, I'm actually like a phalangist, you know, in like the Francoist sense, you know. I'm actually a real big supporter of Francisco Franco, and like that's how this goes. It takes you an hour to just admit that you're a racist fascist, and like, just admit that. Like, admit that and then have an honest argument about what you want to talk about. I disagree. Judeo-Christian values are not societally beneficial. There is no value inherent to Judeo-Christian values that you can't get from anywhere else. There is no unique quality to Judeo-Christian values that you could not simply arrive at via, secular means. Not a single one. Not a single one. It is in fact incumbent upon you to then show that actually here is a quality of, secular life that, here's a quality of Judeo-Christian values that secular life cannot create, and you don't got any. You don't got any is the issue here. So when you then make the argument that, like, oh, well, I think Judeo-Christian values benefit society, it doesn't go anywhere, because you don't need those for the things that benefit society. Hey, Daily Phoenix, I'm going to give you an opportunity, exactly one opportunity to rephrase this comment that says, what is the metaphysical substrate that informed the MAGA truths which made the West great, like individual dignity, if not Judeo-Christianity? I'm going to give you one opportunity to rephrase that in actual material terms. What are you actually asking? You've got one opportunity to rephrase. If you cannot rephrase it properly in chat, you will be banned again a third time. This is your opportunity. You've been holding out. Time for you to swing and actually hit that ball, okay? I believe in you, champ. I think you can do it. You were capable of following across 3 different social media sites, okay? I think you're capable of maybe, just maybe, stringing a few words together in a way that, like, normal people would understand. I meant to say meta-truths to rephrase what led to Westerners valuing human life, if not Judaism and Christianity. All of the things that are secular to that would lead one to valuing human life. Like, I don't know, it's kind of, I think what's interesting inbuilt to your question, and also congrats, you did it! I was right to believe in you! Alright. The issue here is that the assumption underlining that question is that non-Western cultures can't arrive at a valuation for human life. Being part of a society includes, kind of built into it, a certain value for human life. So, like, saying, well, you can only arrive at valuing human life by Christian and Jewish means, I think that's silly. Almost like, on an obvious level. Like, if you have, say you have a plane that crashes down in the middle of the ocean. The survivors, there's about 20 of them. They all doggy paddle to a nearby island. It's completely desolate and, separate from the rest of society. But they manage to, like, go out and get some supplies. And it turns out some of them are good at fishing, some of them are good at other things. One of them is a doctor. You got a whole lost situation going on. And suddenly it turns out that because you live in a society that you are creating whole cloth, you value other people. Even if all of these people come in with no ideology whatsoever, you bring a value for their lives because they are performing labor you could not do yourself. Either skilled labor or unskilled labor that you could not by yourself do. Yes, they're gathering the coconuts. You got people fishing. You got any of this would instill in any group of people a certain value for each other's lives. A certain kinship. I don't care about Carl Jaspers. That doesn't have anything to do with anything you've asked me about. I thought we were doing the Coconut Island. Yeah, I gotta subvert your expectations sometimes. I gotta do it. Hey, Digituna. The Christianity where the God can see the future and control all possible events and outcomes and actively chooses to create both Satan and hell. Well, so Digituna, fun fact about Christianity. Satan's not real, and neither is hell. They're both largely fan fiction created after the fact. You know, like, you got the... Hey, Aiden. Sorry, I know. I misled a lot of you with that Coconut Island. I think we've lost a lot of kinship with our neighbors, and that is what is wrong with us. I think you are correct. I think that is why there needs to be a concerted effort to rebuild communal spaces. Dante's Inferno was fanfic. It was a 3-parter. Each part was a fanfic. You've got Paradise Lost, also another fanfic, which hugely influenced the art world of the time. Satan is actually a mistranslation of Hasatan. Hasatan being the adversary, essentially God's lawyer or advocate. Paradise Lost, yeah. Right? No. Wait. Am I thinking of the right book? About Satan's fall, Lucifer's fall from grace, right? Isn't that Paradise Lost? Yeah, and I would also Lee Kestner. I would identify that the isolation of folks is largely due to capitalism, atomizing people into replaceable units. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yes. Anytime someone says Hasatan, my brain goes, ha, Satan! Or just Hassan? Monka face? Pause champ? If I build my metaphysics off of religion, how's that any worse than, say, Nietzsche building it off of a will to power? I don't know. All I know is that the conclusions that you have arrived at some point in the process inside your brain, which, granted, seems a little bit messed up, is providing you with very bad outcomes that put you in the company of white nationalists. So... there you go. I can't identify for you the problem in your thought process. That's something for you to figure out. But I would suggest you do it sooner rather than later, because you're just walking around spewing white nationalist talking points and claiming that they're derived from your Christian beliefs. And I feel like I shouldn't have to point out that that's bad. Like, that's unhealthy, on top of just being, like, incorrect. God is everything. Does that mean everything good and evil? That's kind of how I always interpret him. You know, I think if we're being completely honest about the picture the Bible paints of God, I think the most accurate way to conceive of God is as like an eldritch being, like something that is so big, it defies definition, that is eternal, that is unknowable to us, that if we learned even a fraction of what he is, our minds would shatter, our very existence would be sundered. And I think that fits way better inside of like an eldritch mythology. Understanding God not as like a bearded guy in the clouds, which is largely an idea taken from Greek mythology. Instead, you want to go in a direction where like there's this thing is big and unknowable, and its lightest attention would shatter an entire universe. I'm not a white nationalist. No, I don't care what you consider yourself. I've read the things you're posting in chat. You are indistinguishable from one. Again, okay, look, you can't say I'm not a white nationalist and then say I'm somewhat agnostic on race and IQ. Nah, you're a fucking racist, man. You're a racist. You're going out here being like certain, I'm agnostic on whether or not certain races are inherently more intelligent. Insanity, man. IQ was devised to test the literacy of French school children, right? And then it got turned into a universal metric by eugenicists who, believed that black people were naturally inferior. And that's the entire premise of eugenics in a nutshell. God. Just own your rhetoric, man. Jordan Peterson is also a racist. This might be very difficult to understand. Jordan Peterson is also a racist, yes. Foxbat, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I appreciate it. Let me check here. Got to call my partner and figure out what our plans are. BRB.
Depressing their hearts and time slowly fades in sound and mind. But like the turn signals, they seek their feelings quickly, blinking out of sync. Dancing feet beneath the sand, nightly waves crash on each hand, wishing that the night won't end. He knows he'll have to give it up again. And he plays pretend, it's in his head, it's in his head. He wishes he could fix what's in his head, what's in his head. He breaks his heart in every dream where they both kiss underneath the sheets. Oh, what a beautiful dream. Oh, what a beautiful dream. He sees the ship sail off to sea, knowing it was meant to be. If love is real, in the end he knows he'll have to let it go.
All right. So Daily Phoenix, I need to stress something to you. There's no Islamic invasion of the United States, and the fact that you think that is, like, frankly, a result of your deranged mind. You have fallen into some kind of void, intellectually, where you are incapable of actually evaluating your position. Like, you can't say you're not a white nationalist or you're not like a racist and then say like, yeah, we need to make sure we need to wage a holy war of deportation against evil Muslim invaders. like come on, man. I just oh god. I'm not a racist. I just think all. How do you come into the chat? I know he got banned. Good, he deserved that. But like, how do you come into the chat and say like, I'm not a racist, and then also in the same breath, like say, oh yeah, but all Muslim Middle Eastern people fuck goats. Like, you are a racist, man. That's like the most racist thing you could say. Like, good golly. Yeah, the butt on that was so big. Good. Yeah, that was an IP ban, by the way. They can't make a new account. The mental gymnastics there could have won him an Olympic medal, and instead he's online doing this. My goodness. Catchphrase of a true racist. True. True. All right. Now, folks, I need to go eat food and watch a movie with friends. But maybe I'll be back later, and if not, I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry about that, but we've been going for almost 3 hours. If you've enjoyed the stream, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the buttons. No, I just got here? Well, there's a 3-hour VOD waiting for you, okay? I have a VOD to watch then? Hell yeah, you do. Catalina Gearbox, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Let's go! Great stream. Hope you all enjoyed it. And I hope to be back later, because I didn't get to play any Elden Ring, and I need to be able to play the game so I can beat it. Alright. Get your munch on? That has different connotations than some of the circles I run in, but I will. And do you need me to cut the last 30 minutes of me making fun of a racist? I could do that. That could be a segment. Also, I think maybe on Thursday? I have to figure out my plans, but I think this week we'll have another editing day. That last editing stream was fun. It was a nice, just kind of chill time to edit videos and segments for YouTube while also watching public domain movies with all of you. It was a good time. Okay, folks. Y'all have a good one.